Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. This is a video that was requested by Brandon Hodge, your WWE Shop champion. Been making videos here on YouTube for a good little while. Head on over to his channel. Make sure you check him out. It's easy to find him on Twitter because he is the WWE Shop champ. But you can find him on YouTube by looking up Brandon Hodge or by clicking on maybe the link that might pop up in the box right here, if I remember to put the annotation up. But Brandon's a good dude. He sent me 20 questions. I guess that's the questionnaire that's being passed around to a lot of people. And it's an easy thing to make a video on. So this is every wrestling fan's top 20 questions. My favorite current superstar in WWE. This is a hard one, but I'm probably rooting for Kevin Owens more than anybody else out there. He seems to be the one guy that when pay-per-views come around and I'm making my prediction videos, he's always the one guy that I say this should be the main event. This is the reason I'm watching this show. If Cena versus Owens wouldn't have been on the Elimination Chamber show, honestly, that is a show that I might not even have watched that day. I definitely wouldn't have watched it live. I might not even have watched it at all on Sunday. I might have just tried to watch it on Monday. And it just didn't seem like that much of a show that I cared about. Favorite superstar of all time would have to be a tie. I go back and forth on this one, and it's hard. As a kid, I loved Hulk Hogan. And then, in my teens, I guess you can say that when I actually had to start paying for pay-per-views because the black box stopped working, and I had to get together with friends and bond together and get shows. I would say Triple H. When Triple H was on a show, whether if it was the main event or the semi-main, I knew I was going to be getting a match that was going to be worth the money that I was paying for. He was always the guy that always went out and always delivered a great match. So either Hulk Hogan or Triple H. It's hard to have one guy pass the other guy. Favorite current diva? This one would probably have to be... I like a lot of them that aren't really around anymore. I guess Alicia Fox. I think she's one of the best looking girls that are on the roster. That's a lot of them down in NXT, but I can't wait for them to get called up. Favorite diva of all time would have to be Trish Stratus. Never anyone hotter. And, we've had girls that were as hot as Trish, but they just didn't know how to work. Maurice was close. I thought that Maurice was getting really good at wrestling. And Eve was right there as well. But never past Trish. From there we go to WrestleMania or SummerSlam. It's always WrestleMania. WrestleMania is a week of of fun. You show up on Wednesday, it builds all the way up until Sunday, and then you're like, oh damn, we got to go home tomorrow. But at least we got Monday Night Raw. SummerSlam. Most of the time you show up the day before. You do Access, you do SummerSlam on Sunday, and then you're flying home after. So it just doesn't have the full event of WrestleMania, and you won't ever understand unless you go. Do you have the WWE Network? Yes, I've had WWE Network since day number one, even though they sent me emojis instead of a $25 gift card. Favorite title belt of all time would have to be... That's a tough one. If I was going to buy a belt, I would buy the Attitude Era big winged eagle belt, the one that Triple H is most famous for. You either think of Triple H or you think of Austin with that belt, but the winged eagle is right behind. I love both of those. Favorite current title belt? I guess I don't really think about it that much, but I guess the favorite title belt these days would have to just be the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It's got a really nice, clean design. It sort of was a mix of the old school and the new school by getting rid of the spinner, but having the big shine of the diamonds and the gold and everything in it. Least favorite superstar of all time? I don't even know, man, because there was so many of them in the 80s that just were here and there, and then in the 90s when they were continuing to try and do the cartoon gimmicks, and even though nobody wanted to see it, I'm just going to have to skip that one. Least favorite current superstar? I guess Big Show. I respect Big Show, but when Big Show comes out on TV, I just don't care. Him and Kane both. I just lost interest in both of those guys, and I don't think that you're ever going to be able to regain any interest in them. Favorite WrestleMania moment would have to be really thinking that Triple H was going to beat Undertaker at WrestleMania 27, because I really thought it was going to happen. We know when Triple H picked him up for that tombstone, that's it, done, buried. I thought that people were going to be complaining for a lifetime, no matter how good that match was, that Triple H was the guy to beat Undertaker. I was already trying to plan my video about how I was going to defend Triple H as being the perfect guy to end the streak, because I knew people were going to be complaining, because everybody thinking that he was using his position in order to get it, but nothing comes close to that, man. I was beat after that match. I really thought that was it. The favorite era would have to be the 80s era of wrestling with Hulk Hogan. Just because, honestly, when you looked at the card and you spaced it out, everyone mattered. I mean, when you got a WWE program at an event and you open it up, the first page on the inside always was a page that said WWE Superstars. And every single picture had a star and had the guy's face in there. It made every single guy seem like it was an all-star card. Like if you were to go buy buy a pack of Topps baseball cards, and you're flipping through them, and you got 10 cards in a pack, and the 11th one isn't their normal base card. It's a subset, like National League All-Star. That makes this guy's card not worth more, but mean more. Like, everybody's got a card in the set. Like, back in the day when I collected cards back in 1990, the sets were like 500 cards in a set, because they try to make players for every card, and now they've got smarter, and a lot of the sets are only 100 cards, because they know that you care more about the insert cards, and you care more about the specialty cards with the relics and things like that. But, for a guy to get one card that's a regular card and then also get an all-star card, it shows you this guy's so important that he needed to have 2 cards. So, with that on the program, showing the guys like Tito Santana, guys like Rick Martel, guys like Bushwhacker Luke meant the same as Hulk Hogan, because they're on the same page, all with the same all-star. It worked. It mattered to me as a kid. Favorite match of this year so far, I'd have to say Owens versus Cena. Definitely at the Royal Rumble. The match that they had with Cena, Rollins, and Brock was a damn good match. But honestly, the way my mind works, especially with wrestling these days, is that the last match that happened sort of replaces the matches that were before. I got short-term memory. I can remember matches that happened in the 80s and 90s, no problem, but I just can't remember anything else that well. But favorite, we'll go on to 14. Favorite piece of merch that you own? I got a lot of nice stuff. I showed these off behind me. This probably is it. Wait a minute, hold on. Right there, bam, 20-0. WrestleMania 28. Damn good day. Bought the Undertaker WrestleMania plaque. Took it to, I think, the same SummerSlam 2012, I think is what year it was. It might have been 13. But I was able to meet Triple H, and I was able to meet Shawn Michaels, and I was able to get both of them to sign it. So Michaels signed it right here. Triple H signed it up there with the face-off. So I have all 3 guys signed on one plaque. Really, really nice. Over here and up. That's a really nice piece as well from TNA Lockdown. I didn't have to do anything in order to get that signed. I just had to, get it through TNA's website. So it doesn't mean as much, but I mean, it's got Sting, RVD, Ken Anderson, James Storm, Robert Roode, Ric Flair, Bully Ray, Abyss, Scott Steiner, Eric Young, Magnus, Samoa Joe. Oh, it's got him on there too. Chris Sabin. All of these, guys who won the championship for TNA. Plus, Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle. I missed them. So, a really, really nice piece. I really, really like that one as well. From there, we go on to favorite faction of all time. Either the NWO or the Nexus. Nexus really got me into wrestling once again. We're going to on my trip to WrestleMania 26. I was watching wrestling at the time, but I just wasn't really into wrestling. And then I sort of just got really, really back into it. And the Nexus is what just really just got me submerged. That was so fun. And also around that time, I was just starting to make videos on YouTube. So it got really fun that week. That Nexus, I mean, every day was like, are they going to do this? Are they going to do this? Oh, this is going to be awesome. Do you like the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion? That would be Seth Rollins. Yeah, Rollins is a damn good guy, and it looks like he's turning babyface. Even at the slimy heel, I thought that it was really cool having a champion on TV week in and week out. Because with Brock as the champion and he wasn't there for the longest time, I was really, really losing interest. Because especially with Rollins being your Money in the Bank guy, he didn't have anybody to cash it in on. So what was the point of even bringing it out every week? Do you think that the Divas should have more titles? No, one title's enough. I don't know. I don't think you're going to be able to spice it up and make the Divas division mean a whole lot until all those girls from NXT are back up on the roster. And I think one championship's going to be enough. If you do a brand split, which I think I would be very, very for, I think it would help. But as of right now, I'm not sure. Favorite finisher? I guess Brock's F5. Favorite stipulation? I don't know, man. If I can take a cheap way out, I'll say Raw Roulette for when they go to Vegas and they spin the wheel to make the stipulation matches. That'd be fun. I mean, even though I know it's fixed, to be at one of those shows would be fun because you never know what's going to happen. Favorite pay-per-view? I'm guessing that's favorite pay-per-view of all time? Or it might be favorite show. If it's favorite pay-per-view of all time, SummerSlam 1991, I think, is one of the best shows of all time. It's got something for everybody. It's got the Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth wedding. It's got, Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior teaming up against Sergeant Slaughter and the whole Iraqi crew. Sorry, I got distracted. I got Miguel texting me right now. And lots of fun things. Overall, you always have to say WrestleMania is the best pay-per-view each year. With that, you have the SummerSlam right behind it. Royal Rumble is always one that you have to see. Honestly, Survivor Series has died off in the years, but it's still got a special feeling in there. Bonus question, number 21. Have you ever met any superstars or divas? I've met tons and tons of superstars or divas. If you want to meet divas, you want to meet superstars, going to WrestleMania is probably the easiest way to do it with WrestleMania Access. I've always enjoyed Access. I will go to Access until the day I'm walking around with a cane, yelling at all the old kids to quit cutting in line. But then again, I got a cane, so I'll be able to go through the handicap line and get to meet more of them faster. But it's always fun. WrestleMania Access. I guarantee it. You go, you'll like it. You'll love it. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy the 20 questions. If you guys need to do them, I will steal them from somebody and I will put them in the description box. And let me know if you do the challenge. Make sure you let Brandon Hodge know, WWE Shop Champ, if you do the challenge as well. Because I don't know if he started this video or not, but I'm sure he'd like to see it get spread more around the YWC.